Fathers, how did your child change your life forever? When my 3-year-old son Ethan started having imaginary conversations at night, I thought it was adorable. My wife Emma and I would smile at each other across the dinner table as he babbled away to his invisible friend. Just normal kid stuff, right? That's what all the parenting books said. But as the weeks went by, I noticed something strange. Ethan always talked to someone named Charlie, never any other names. I'd hear him giggling and saying things like, "No, Charlie, that's not right." Or, "Charlie says the red cars go faster, Daddy." The weird part? We didn't know any Charlie. No family members, no neighbors, no characters in his favorite TV shows or books. My wife's coworkers didn't have kids named Charlie. His daycare didn't have a Charlie. After about a month of this, Ethan started refusing to sleep in his own room. He'd cry and scream until we let him sleep with us. Emma thought it was just a phase, but something felt off to me. One night when Emma was working late, I was tucking Ethan into our bed when I decided to casually ask him, "So buddy, who's Charlie? Is he nice to you?" Ethan looked at me confused, like I'd asked the strangest question in the world. Then he said, "Charlie's the old man who lives in the attic. He comes out at night and watches us sleep. He doesn't like my room anymore." My blood went cold. Our house was a single-story ranch. We didn't even have an attic. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept staring at the ceiling, wondering if my son was just making things up or if there was something more sinister happening. After Ethan and Emma fell asleep, I searched the house top to bottom. Nothing seemed out of place, but I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. The next day, I called in sick to work. After dropping Ethan at daycare, I came home and examined every inch of our house. In Ethan's closet, I found small handprints in the dust on the back wall, too big to be Ethan's. And behind his dresser, there was a tiny hole in the wall I'd never noticed before. That weekend, I borrowed a thermal imaging camera from work, the perks of being an HVAC technician. I told Emma I needed to check for insulation issues. That night, when Ethan started talking to Charlie again through the baby monitor, I quietly walked into his empty room and scanned the walls. What I saw made my heart stop. The camera showed a warm, human-sized heat signature behind his bedroom wall. It was moving. I rushed Ethan and Emma to my mother's house, claiming a gas leak. Then I called the police and explained everything. They found him within an hour. A homeless man named Charles had been living in the crawl space between our walls for nearly 6 months. He'd created a network of pathways through our house's structure and had been coming out at night when we were asleep. He'd made a small hole in Ethan's wall to watch him at night. The police found food wrappers, bottles of water, and even some of our missing belongings in his hideaway. We sold the house the following month, couldn't bear to stay there knowing what had happened. In our new home, I installed the best security system money could buy. I still check every room, closet, and crawl space weekly. Emma thinks I'm paranoid, but I don't care. Ethan hasn't mentioned Charlie since we moved, but sometimes I still catch him staring at the walls with a curious expression.